Hello, hello, hello. Good evening, and welcome to Saturday night father-daughter talk, daddy-daughter talk. I'm Pop Brown, and welcome, welcome, welcome. Listen, as you come into the room, please share, please share, please share. It is time. It is time for us to have our weekly conversation um, about daughters and dads and relationships that we have and lots of other things. So it's just time. It's time now. So please, as you come in the room, please share, please share, please share. Good evening, everyone. Good evening again. This is Pop Brown, and it is time. It is Saturday evening. Hopefully, everybody's having a good weekend thus far. It is Saturday evening, and Pop Brown's enjoying his weekend. So, good evening, good evening, good evening. Come on in the room. Please come in the room and share, 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 share. We're going to touch on some stuff tonight that I think everybody needs to hear. So, let's go ahead and share. Let's go ahead and share as we come in the room. Go ahead and share. Go ahead and share. Just want to welcome everybody in the room. Say hello. Hey, MzBee, what's up, baby? Just saying hello to my daughter. Hey, MzBee. Just when you come in the room, please share. Please share, everybody. Please share. Please share. And say hello, hello. Hey, baby. That's my wife, y'all. That's my wife. Hey, mama. Hey, y'all. Listen, come on in the room, y'all. Come on in the room. Please share. Listen, welcome. Welcome on this Saturday night. Welcome this Saturday night. Welcome. Listen, just wanted to, invite you in. I don't know what kind of weekend you're having, wherever you are. I don't know what the weather's like, but here in Chicago, it is cold and it was snowing. Okay, we have snow, and I think the weather, they call it for 90%, 90% chance of snow tomorrow. So that should tell you it's going to snow in the Windy City. So, but it's Chicago, so we expect that. So anyway, come on in the room. Come on in the room, y'all. Tonight we kind of pick up a little bit of where we were on last week, but at the same time, we're gonna move on because you know what, we don't want to stay. We don't want to stay stuck, on where we are because life is about moving on. And so we want to move on. We want to move on. We want to go on from, oh, my daddy left me, when I was this, and I'm still mad at daddy about that. I'm still mad at mama about this and that. So, well, we understand that. So we understand the hurt is there. So we want to move on. We want to move on. We want to talk about some things now. We want to talk about how to deal with this stuff today. How do we deal with this stuff today? Hey, Aaron, how you doing? We're going to talk about how to deal with this stuff today. Please, as you come in the room, ladies, please share. Please share. Please share. Please share. Today, we want to talk a little bit about, we've been through the hurt. We had that. We had the hurt, and we've gone through all the different things. So how do we deal with it? How do we deal with it? We know it affected us. We know it's affecting us all kind of ways. It's affecting us to the point where we found ourselves in toxic relationships, and we found ourselves going back and forth. Hi, Pamela, how you doing? We found ourselves. Come in the room, y'all. Please share when you come in. We found ourselves in situations because of the fact, that we're dealing with these issues. We're dealing with these daddy issues, mommy issues, whatever the case may be. Hey, Pamela, so we found ourselves going through that, so how do we deal with that now? How do we move on from that? How do we move on to that? How do we turn that pain and everything that we felt from yesterday? How do we turn all that around and let it work for us today? That's what we want to talk about today. How do we do that? Personally, I think one of the things for me, what works for me, and as I told you guys, I'm gonna be transparent with you. One of the things that in my life, I've done a lot of stuff. I did a lot of damage out there, so I had my own demons to deal with. Not only was I carrying the shame and the guilt for what I did, for what I took other people through, I had to. I was carrying the deep seated kind of, okay, how do I fix this? How do I make it right for them? How do I help? You know what? The truth of the matter is I couldn't. I couldn't. I could allow them to, to scream at me and say all the things they needed to say to me and to hear it. Oh yeah, that's definitely gonna help. It's gonna help them. It's gonna help them heal because they can get that stuff off of them. But at the same time, hey, Connie, at the same time, how do we move on from that? How do we move on from that? And so we can do it. You know what? And we can do it. And this is how we can do it. Number one, we have to learn not only to forgive the person that hurt us. We have to learn, and I know sometimes that's tough. That is hard to do because of that. I know you're thinking, Pop, right? You ain't got no idea what this man did. Yeah, I do. I kind of got an idea. Okay, but here's the thing. If we don't forgive them, you know, we gonna be stuck right there. So we got to learn how to do it. We got to learn how to forgive. We got to learn how to forgive not only the person that hurt us, but we got to learn how to forgive ourselves. Because sometimes we still hang on to the fact that we can't forgive ourselves for staying there. We can't forgive ourselves for allowing ourselves to go through that. And not only that, we can't forgive ourselves for allowing our children to go through that. So we got to learn first of all to forgive. We got to learn how to forgive the person that hurt us, then learn how to forgive ourselves. That's how we move on. That's how we move on. It starts with forgiveness. Now, y'all know me. Y'all know my man of God. So naturally, I have to look back on how God forgave me. For all the things that I did, all the stuff that I did. He forgave me. And I know he forgave me because he was faithful to do it. He was faithful in doing that because he told me he would, and he did. And so we have to be like-minded in that, regardless to what a person has done to us, regardless to how bad it was. We got to find it in our heart because that's healing for us. That's healing for us. We got to find it within ourselves to forgive that person. And if we can't find it within ourselves to forgive, something's wrong. Something's terribly wrong. If we can't reach deeper within ourselves to forgive somebody, you know, something's wrong. How many? And I wonder, if you can't forgive this person, how many people are out there that maybe you've done something to that you wanted them to forgive you, but maybe they can't forgive you? What would you say if they say, "Oh, I can't forgive you for what you did to me"? Because none of us are perfect. We've all done something. You know what I mean? We've all done something. So again, would you come in the room? Please share, y'all. So we've all done something, that warrants forgiveness. That warrants forgiveness. And so, I'm asking today, can you forgive? Can you forgive that person that did whatever they did? Can you forgive your dad? Can you forgive the baby's daddy? Can you forgive your mom? Can you forgive those people that hurt you? Can you do that? Because let me tell you, forgiving them helps you move on. Forgiving them and then forgiving yourself helps you heal. And it's about healing today. It's about healing. It's about healing. The thing is, if we don't allow ourselves to heal, then we're gonna be right where we are. We're gonna be right where they are. I used to teach, customer service and all that kind of stuff when I was training before I got a chance to retire and sit down and do nothing, y'all. You listen. When I trained this, I taught people this. If and I'm sure you've heard it. If you've always do the things you've done, then you'll always get the things you got. As simple as that. If you don't change anything, you're going to keep getting the same thing over and over and over. You can't expect to be forgiven if you don't forgive. You can't expect, to get that if you're not willing to give this. You can't expect it. So you have to be willing to do what you expect. You have to be willing to do it. You have to be willing to do it yourself. I used to tell my crew when they work for me, I would never ask a man who worked for me or anyone, a man or woman who worked for me, I would never ask them to do anything I wouldn't willing to do myself. So I would never ask you to forgive somebody if I'm not willing to forgive, to ask, somebody to forgive somebody myself. I wouldn't ask you to do that, And so the thing is, I'm caring about you right now. I'm thinking about you right now because I'm thinking about me. I'm thinking about how I healed. I healed by forgiving people. That helped me. That was the beginning for me, to forgive those. I don't care how severe the hurt was or even how mild it was. I had to forgive. I had to forgive it. I had to forgive. And when I did that, I was able to let it go. I was able to let it go. And so in order for me to let go of all that pettiness, that nonsense, I gotta forgive it. I gotta forgive. I got to do it. There's no question about it. I've got to do it. And for us to heal, we're gonna come to these crossroads. In order to heal from any pain, you've got to come to this crossroad. You got to be able to forgive. You've got to be able to do that. You got to be willing to do that, and able to do it, and do it with a sincere heart with a sincere heart. Because let me tell you what happens when you're able to forgive somebody. There's peace. There's peace. There's peace in that. There's freedom in that. It really is. There's freedom. And I don't know if anybody's out to experience freedom from forgiving. If you have, hey Regina, how you doing? If you've experienced freedom, if you've experienced it, then share with us. Hey, tell us how it made you feel. I'm interested in the comments because listen, I told you this is interactive. This ain't all about Pop Brown. Because I don't have all the answers. So help me with this. Because I know that it's about forgiveness. I know that the healing, and and that's what I want for you. I want for you to heal. I want for you to heal so that you can pay it forward. See, you can pay it forward. The things that we're doing right now together, so we're going to heal together. The things that we're doing right now together, I want you to be able to take it, Regina and Pamela. I want you to be able to take it and pay it forward. I want you to be able to take it and pass it on to your kids. I want you to be able to take it and pass it on to your siblings. Take it, pass it on to your family members. Pass it on to coworkers. Show them how to get out of whatever it is that they're dealing with. Show them how to deal with it today. Because if you don't, then they're going to end up doing some of the same and making some of the same mistakes over and over and over and over. We have to stop the cycle. We have to get out of that. We have to break it. We have to break the cycle. We have to do it. And this is how we do it. We have to help each other. Listen, the last couple of days I've been, and I'm not a real political dude. I'll be honest with you, I'm not, but I've been watching, the state of affairs with this country. And I watched our president, get offended if you want. I'm sorry, I told you. I see what it is. I watched him, and I'm telling you, this guy, he's interesting. I'm gonna leave it right there. He's interesting, and I would say this, just a little plug. If you know somebody that needs to get out and vote this November, make sure they get out there. Get everybody you can out there to vote this weekend, this November, because we're gonna need your help. Listen. One of the things we have to do, one of the things we should be doing in terms of healing, and it's about healing right now. One of the things we should be doing is not only forgiving, but we have to examine, we have to look at ourselves. The Bible says a man should examine himself. I think he's talking when they said a man, that's a woman too. So we should examine ourselves. We have to look at where we are and how we got there. Was it, are we blaming somebody else for where we are right now? Or do we do this on our own? Who's responsible for the position that you're in right now? Good or bad? Who's responsible for that? Who's responsible for getting you for you being and feeling and going through? Who's responsible for that? Whose responsibility is that? I can tell you that everything that I went through, most of the things that I went through them because of choices I made. I went through them because of choices I made. I went through them because I decided this was best for me in the moment. At the moment, I decided this was best for me. I decided that what, this is what's going on, and those decisions led to other stuff. They led to bad relationships. They led to bad affiliations with other people. They just led to a lot of bad things. Because I didn't have the tools that I needed. And that's what we want to do here. We want to get the tools that we need to move on. We want to get the tools that we need to heal. We want to get the tools that we need to just come up, daughter. We want to get the tools that we need. We want to get the tools we need and to talk about, let's say, how do we choose the next man? How do we choose the next man? And which is kind of going to be one of the topics, things I want to talk about a little bit tonight too. How do we choose our next guy? How do we let this guy? Okay, this is the guy. Yeah, he looked good. He got a job, and all these things are important. But what about his character? What about his character? How do you choose the next guy? How do you choose your guy? What qualifies him to be be the man, to be someone that you're interested in? Now, take it one step further. Not only, if he qualifies to be the man you're interested in, is this someone that you would introduce to your children? And how soon would you do that? How soon would you do that? And the reason I'm saying that because I'm gonna pull a cover off some stuff tonight. See, I'm gonna talk about my brothers a little bit. See, I can talk about me because I know me. Okay. See, we have a way of fooling you. We can fool y'all. We good at this. We good at what we do. We men been deceiving women since the beginning of time. We good at what we do, y'all. We good at what we do. And so you got to keep your guard up around these brothers. You got to keep your guard up, because we give you that swag. We can come and smile at you. We can give you that smile, and we can put on that cologne, and our shoes are nice, and we dress it nice, and we got all this. We can project this thing. There you go. It makes you feel good. I forget. Oh yeah, okay. There you go, Pamela. There you go. I like that. Pam said it makes you feel good, makes you forget. There you go. And listen, it's peace. It's peace. It's peace. So anyway, let's go back to you're choosing next man. What's up? What's up, fam? What's up? I got two of my sons here, y'all. What's up, fam? Listen, the next guy. How do you choose this guy? How do you choose this guy? What do you do to qualify this guy? Okay, what do you do to qualify this guy? What makes you say, okay, this is the man for me? This is the man I want to be with. What qualifies him? Is it his job? Is it the fact that he looks good? He's got a nice car. He's got a nice. He lives in a nice neighborhood. What qualifies this guy to be the guy you want to be with? Not only that, but How soon? How soon will you introduce this man to your children if you have children? How soon will you do that? Is this something you do right away? You know what I mean? Is this something you wait? Let me wait to see what kind of guy this is. Listen, let me tell you something. And that's what we want to talk a little bit about today, because we good at what we do. Man, we can fool y'all. We listen, we good at this. We good. I told you I'm gonna be transparent, didn't I tell you? I told you I'm gonna be 100 with you. I was good at it. I could listen. Look, listen, talk the ice out of a snowball. You hear me? Good at it. Good at it. So we have to. You have to be careful. You have to be careful. Forget about, huh? Yeah, it's background said it's called deceiving. It is deceiving, and that's what we do. We deceive you. We're good at. We're masters at it. Men are masters at that. Brothers, don't get mad. Don't if y'all did listening, don't get mad at me for telling the truth, because we're masters at it. We good at it. I was good at it. I was great at it. As a matter of fact, proud of myself. I took pride at it. As a matter of fact, see, the thing is, the thing is, we do that, and we do it without conscience. We do it without thinking. We don't care about at the moment we don't care about you got kids at home. We don't care. All we trying to do is get what we want. Period. We just want what we want. That's it. We don't care about anything else. In the moment, we don't care about anything else. Now, if we get feelings, or we happen to, the relationship happen to flourish and all that, beyond, hey, that's great. That's good stuff. But in the beginning, I'm gonna tell you what's happening. We ain't about no love. We ain't about no love. We just trying to get what we gonna get. Simple as that. Simple as that. So you have to be, don't be so quick, to jump into relationships. So, and answer my question: what qualifies this guy? What qualifies this guy for you? And now, now that he's qualified for you because he looks good, he's got a nice car, and somebody else wanted him and you got him instead, and all that good stuff. This guy on the job that everybody smiled at, but he shows a little interest in you. Okay, but see, this guy from work, but do you know this guy? Do you know him? What's his character like? What's his character like? Does he? I mean, you see what you see at work, but what you seeing is what he wants you to see. That's what he wants you to see. He's only showing you what he wants you to see. Now, the real dude, it'll be a while before you see him, but when you see him, you can be like, for real? I didn't have a clue. For real? It's going to come up. It's going to come out. It's coming out. I'm telling you, it's coming out. It's coming out. The real guy is going to come out, but it may take a while. Because it depends on how good it is or what he does. Now, I ain't saying every brother's like that, because there are some good brothers out there, and what you see is what you get. There are some out there, what you see is what you get. But there are few. I'm gonna be honest with you. There are few. Because we're so used to, being competitive. We're so used to playing games. We're so used to sports. That this is what we do by nature. This is what we do. This is what we do. And like I said, a lot of brothers may disagree with that, but hey, I'm just telling you what. I'm just trying to be 100 with you. I'm just trying to keep it real, as the kids say. I'm just trying to keep it real. So you have to be careful. And I'm saying this because I would say this to my own daughters. Don't be so quick to just because he say, just because he this, he that, he this, he that. Really? I could sit down and I could get dressed, and I could, take you to a restaurant that I could barely afford. You know what I mean? I've saved a couple of weeks to do this because I'm trying to get somewhere. So I've set this money aside, so I can get you there, and I can wine and dine you, and leave you with this impression of me, and the truth of the matter is, I'm just trying to win you over so I can do or get whatever I can get from you. I can win you over, and then suddenly, I know this had happened to one of y'all ain't got to raise your hand, but I can win you over, and after about 2 or 3 weeks, tell you about this emergency that came up. This emergency came up. You know what? I got this emergency. If I really, I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but I need about $300-400. I don't, and because he's been so nice to you, and because he seems like such a sweet guy, and this is gonna be, you're gonna help him out. And the minute you do that, gotcha. I'm just being real, y'all. Gotcha. See, you have to be careful because if he was all that, then he's going to find a way. If he was all that, then he's not gonna. You just met this man 3 months ago and 3 weeks ago or whatever, and now he's coming to you for that kind of favor. What's he? What's he thinking of you? This he thinks of you that like that. I mean, personally, that's it's kind of disrespectful in a way. Really, you come to you like that? You feel that way? You know. I say, but we fall for it. When I say we, I'm talking about us daughters. We fall for it. The men do the same thing. Men fall for that stuff. Men fall for the weave and the lashes, and we do it too. We do it too. So ain't they brothers out there saying, oh no, yeah, you do it. All it's gonna take is one of those Coke, Pepsi Cola shapes and the right weave and the right perfume and the right wink and you're gonna be buying lunch and paying bills too. So that don't even try it. We fall for it too. But for the most part, is my daughters. Y'all just open yourself up for it. Now you've got this guy, who you really don't know. You know of him, but you don't know nothing about him. You know him, but you don't know nothing about him. You don't know nothing about his family. You don't know anything about anything. You don't know nothing about nothing. And now you want to introduce this guy to your kids. Now you want to bring him around your family. Now you want to introduce him to your daughters, especially if you got, older kids, if you got teenage daughters, you want to bring this man around your daughter, 13, 14-year-old daughters, and we don't know nothing about this man's character. We don't know if he's going to say something sideways out of his mouth to your daughter. We don't know nothing about this man. So how soon is soon? How soon do we allow this man to come around our family? This is a tough one, y'all. I know y'all ain't ain't feeling this tonight, but it's real. It's real. It's real. And we said we was gonna talk real out here. So it's real. This is real, And so how soon is soon? How do we choose this guy? What qualifies this guy? What qualifies him to be able to come meet my baby? What has he done to earn the right to come meet my babies? I'm just saying. See, you gotta take time. You gotta take the time to really know this person. When I say get to know this person, I love Pastor Creflo Dollar. He got into a sermon one time. I thought it was the man. I tell you what, it was on point. Folks were laughing, but it was on point. You got to ask the right questions. You got to interview this man. You really do. You got to, we got to find out who you're dealing with. Before you start dealing with him, find out who he is. Find out everything about him. How long you been working? You got a job? How long you been working there? You been working out how long? What do you do? Find out. Ask him about his credit rate. How's your credit rate? Ask him. Actually, I ain't saying day one, but you get into those conversations. Find those things out. Find out about his mom and dad. Your mom and dad still together? Yeah, they stay. Yeah, really? Okay, cool. So mom and dad been married 40 years. What they tell you about them? There's some history there. There's some, there's longevity in his family. And if mom and dad been married dad been married 5 times, what they tell you? You know what I mean? Because you know what? One of my sons is out here. He and his wife introduced me and my wife to a book years ago, a few years ago. It called what was the name of that book? It was Things I Wish I've Known Before I Got Married. Heck of a little book. Heck of a little book. Things I wish I've known before I got married. There's one particular chapter in that book, and I suggest you get it. I suggest you get it. Yeah. I suggest you get it. Things I wish I've known before I got married. Write that down, y'all. I suggest you get that book. I suggest you read it. If you got a partner, get two. Let him read it too. Things I wish I'd known before I got married. Listen, there was one chapter in there that kind of went like this. Listen, it says, look at it. It had you. It was a kind of an exercise. I think it was. I can't remember exactly, but it was kind of an exercise. It's for you to look at not your girl or your fiance or your wife, but look at her mom. Look at her mom. Look at the characteristics and attitudes and the behaviors of her mom. Same thing with the son. Look at the attitude and behaviors of the dad. Because 10, 15, 20 years from now, you may be dealing with that same person. Isn't that something? A lot of y'all say, oh, I like him. His dad is this. Well, you know what? As they say, the apple don't fall far from the tree, y'all. They don't fall far from the tree. And in some cases that apple will fall in a roll way away from the tree. You know what I'm saying? It'll just roll. Ain't no telling what you're gonna come up with. But this little book, it helped us with through a lot of situations. It really did. Helped us. It enlightened us on some stuff. Things we should have known, questions we should have asked, things we should have looked at, things we need to look at. Things I wish I'd have known before I got married. I could retitle the book "Things I Wish I'd Known Before I Hooked Up with Bro." With so and so. Or things I wish I'd known before I did this, before I did that. You know, it's a good book. Pamela, hey Bridget, Pamela said you have to do a background check, report and do interviews. Hey, you have to, because listen, deceit is deceit. Deceit is deceit. And we got to be careful. I mean, how many toxic relationships have you gotten yourself into because you failed to do your due diligence. You failed to really have conversations, because of what he looked like, or because of what he drove, or because of the kind of job he had, or because somebody else wanted him. I mean, can we be real? You really want him, but you didn't want her to have him either. Am I right about it? I'm just saying. You won. But what you win? What did you actually win? You know, you can my better let no girl keep him. I'm just saying. I'm just kidding. Listen, that's what it's all about. It's about protecting yourself. Now it's about you've gone through this healing process. You've worked, you've used your tools. You've gotten over your daddy issues. You've forgiven folk and all that. Yeah, oh yeah, definitely want to ask about the church affiliation. Pamela, you're absolutely right. See, because I pop Brownie, I'm telling you, I ain't always been this way. And the reason I'm able to tell you this, as I said before, like little kids used to say back in the day, it takes one to know one. Here's the thing, if you following a man right these days who ain't following Christ, you ain't following nothing. I'm just gonna tell you like it is. I'm just gonna tell you like it is. If he ain't got Christ in his life, I'm not saying he's got to be in the pulpit every Sunday preaching. I'm not saying he's got to be one of those guys that never get off his knees, constantly praying, always praying. I'm not saying he's got to be that guy. But if he didn't have a deep if he didn't have a relationship, with God, you might want to keep it moving. My son's talking about the book. He said, you got to read it together. If he ain't interested, he ain't ready. True. Very true. Very true. Okay? If we're talking about this book now, you read it together. If he ain't interested in reading this book, he ain't ready for no relationship. I'm telling you right now. And it's a small little book written by Gary Hart, I think his name, but I can't remember his name. But it's the name of the book again. Things I wish I've known before I got married. Listen, that little book will change your life. It'll change your life. It'll change your life. Now I'm promoting this book. I don't know why, but it'll change your life. It'll change your life. And listen, we're just sowing information into your life right now. And again, a lot of things, and not just, not just with book. And I'm glad my son said that. Is not just, if he ain't interested, if he ain't willing to read it together, if he's not willing to read it with you, he ain't interested. He ain't ready. In other things, not just that. Listen, the Bible tells you to try, test all things or try all things. You got to see what this man is willing to do. You got to see if he's really there. This is a good way to do it. This is a really good way to do it. It's a really good way to do it because it gives you an opportunity to see whether or not this man is for you. It gives you an opportunity. Listen, and again, if he ain't interested, like I love that. I'm about to steal up my son. If he ain't interested, he ain't ready. He ain't ready. If he ain't interested, if you invite him to church, hey, listen, I'm going to a faith conference. I'm going to this. Can you join me? If he ain't interested, he ain't ready. You got nothing in common. The Bible tells you that not to be uneven, not to be unevenly yoked. You know what I mean? That means not to, I'm walking up here and you way down here. You can't be unevenly yoked like that. I believe in, I believe in the crucified Christ, but you believe in Buddha. It ain't work, y'all. You know what I mean? I'm a Muslim, but it ain't work, y'all. I'm here to tell you, it ain't gonna work. House divided. It's a house divided. And a divided house ain't never gonna stand. Period. I'm just saying. you have to test all things, and and before you get into those relationships, that's gonna just just do damage, more damage to you than all this other stuff, and not only damage you, but now you have your children. If you're a single mom, you have your children. You have children. Don't do that. Don't allow this guy. And don't get me wrong. I sound like a man bashing, but I'm not. I just know my brothers. I know brothers. And again, let me just say, everybody's not like that. All the brothers ain't like that. All brothers are like that. And next week, I'm gonna tell you. Listen. I believe, in warfare, in warfare, I believe this. I read a book years ago that told me, in order to defeat the enemy, you need to know the enemy. Now, I'm not saying the brothers are your enemy. But I'm just saying, in a philosophical kind of way, in order to, to really know the man, in order to be ready for the man, you need to know the man. We're going to start talking about men because there's some things about men that you guys really need to know. Really, really need to know. There's some things about I don't care who he is, the toughest man. He got it all together. He this and that and this and that. I can tell you for a fact, most men stop maturing at a certain age. I don't care how old he is. Most men actually stop maturing at a certain age. They get smarter and they get more, they get wiser, but they stop maturing at a certain age. They really do. They really do. And we're gonna get into we're gonna talk about that a little bit more next week. You know. But again, hey, welcome to the room, Kayla. Welcome to the room, Lily. Listen, ladies, when you come in, please share. Please share. Listen, we're talking about tonight. We're talking about the men that we allow in our lives, and what qualifies them to come into our life. What are we using as a standard? What are we using as a standard? What's our standard? What's your standard? Do you have a standard? For when it comes to men, do you have? I ain't talking about a type. I said a standard. Do you have a standard? Are you interested in men? Are you interested in little boys that just run around and pulling their pants up? I can't keep their pants up. I mean, what's your standard? What's your standard? My son said that 12. Yeah, all right. So, what's your standard? What's your standard? What's your standard? What have you established? What have you said, to yourself? I don't care what this man look like. If he's not doing this, then I'm not interested. Then I'm not interested. Have you said to yourself, if this is not a man of God, if this is not a God-fearing man, if this is not a man that relies on the Holy Spirit, I'm not interested. Have you said that to yourself? But then you meet that brother in the club, and all he do is go to the club. But you allow them in. See, here's the thing about standards. Once you set your standard, once you set it, and you allow something else to come in, then you just set a brand new standard. You just set a brand new standard. See, when you set a standard, that's it. That's it. You can't waffle with that. Your standard is your standard. And so if you set a standard, you say, well, okay, this is the kind of man, this is a man, that I'm gonna allow in my life, but this is a man I'll allow to get close to me, or I may get close to. Set that standard and stay there. Stay there. Don't negotiate with it. Don't go back and forth. Well, maybe, maybe, because the moment you do that, you just open yourself up to all kind of stuff, and we got it ready for you. Listen, brothers read you too. We be reading you too. We be saying, okay, how can I, what? I mean, because I watch you. We watch you, man. We watch you. We predators, man. We watch you. You know what I mean? That's a thing that God has placed in us, man. It's just a natural thing. We are hunters. We are conquerors. And just so we'll watch you. We'll watch you. We work hard to learn, to learn your little traits and things you like. Oh, I see she liked the little coffee with the cream on top. So I'm gonna bring her one day. I'm gonna bring her one day. Just one. That's all they're gonna take. And he gonna bring you that one little cup of coffee to offer. Oh, he's so nice. Gotcha. You know what I mean? So that's what we do. That's what we do. You know what I mean? That's what we do. We find out from somebody else, that, oh, she likes so and so, so and so. We say, you know what? I heard you like so and so. Here you go. And then walk away. Don't say nothing to you for another week. And you just, man, now you panting over him. He just brought me the coffee. He ain't said nothing to me since. So now you're going to find your way to him. It's game, y'all. And we good at it. We good at it. We really good at it. And I don't care, he ain't got to be one of them high yellow brothers or dark as me or all that kind of. Listen, it don't matter, brother, man. We can do it. We can do it. We can do it. We got, and it don't matter what we look like. We can get you. We can get you. We can get you. We know how to fish. We know how to fish. Men are fishers. We are fishermen. We're fishermen. We know how to catch you. Okay? We know how to catch you. Lily said, family man. Lily, that's what we want. You know what I mean? There's some brothers out here. Listen, I'm gonna tell you what, y'all hear me bragging about my sons all the time. I got men. They're men. You know, when I talk about my son, I'm talking about men. Men. I ain't talking about little boys. Listen, I ain't raised no little boys. I got men. Okay, because you know my sons know how to treat their wives. They know how to guide and raise and nurture their children. They know how to do these things. They know how to do it. You know how they know how to do it? You know how I know they know how to do it? Because they learn from me. Now watch this. They didn't learn from me doing it. They learned by watching me not do it. I'm glad my son said, don't let me be the man my daddy was. That was the greatest thing ever happened to me. Because I did not want my son. I told y'all this last week. You know, my prayer was, Lord, whatever it is that they may go through in life, put it on me. I can handle it. I'm anointed to deal with it. They're not. So whatever bad thing is going to happen in my children's life, put it on me because I'm anointed that you've anointed me to handle all those troubles. You've anointed me to do all that, to handle all of that. So put it on me. Let them do what they do. Let them live the way they live. I got men. So I can't say, you know, that my sons, you know, I did perfect. I ain't perfect now. Don't get me wrong. They're my sons. I'm just saying, you know, and they still men, whether they're my sons or not, they still men. But here's the thing, you know, they're responsible men, you know, and responsible not just because they got jobs, they do this, they pay bills and all that. Listen, it's their character. It's their character. It's their character. These are God-fearing men. It's their character. You know, again, they're not in the pulpit every Sunday. They ain't on their knees 24/7 and all that kind of stuff, walking around the house singing worship songs. And, you know, folks see him at work and start running because he gonna lay hands on you. It ain't that. No. That ain't that. That ain't them. That's not them. That's not them. You know, but at the same time, their character, and not because I'm saying it. You know, there's testimonies coming from everybody that knows them. Everybody that knows them. I'm just saying. You know, I'm just saying. Same thing with my daughter. You know, a couple of my daughters, you experience MzBee all the time. Yeah? So I'm blessed. I'm blessed in the way, in the fact that, you know, they are the people who they are because God allowed me to be the man I was. So if it took me to be that example of what not to do, listen, I'm grateful. I'm grateful. I'm grateful that they were able to see me and God spared me. But they were able to see what not to be in order to become what they are. That makes sense to y'all. Makes sense to me sometimes when I think about it. But see, I'm glad he did it because I was anointed for it. I was anointed for the trouble. As I said before, I was anointed. You know, God put all that on me. He was able to put all that on me and sit it on them. Now, I'm not saying they couldn't handle it or they can handle it today, but I'm the one he anointed to deal with all that. I'm the one he anointed to deal with prisons and all the other different stuff. I'm the one he anointed to go through all that. So, you know, I mean, I was the head. Why not? Why not me? Put it on me. That way they can live. Put it on me and give them grace. Put it on me and let your grace fall on them. Put it on me and let your mercies fall on them. And that's exactly what he did. That's exactly what he did. And not only that, but see, because of that, you know, he saved me, and now I'm where I am today. Hello. But back to this story. Listen, back to the man. Ladies, you have to be protective of you. Protect your heart. Protect your heart, protect your mind. You have to be protective of you. Protect yourself. Protect yourself. You gotta do it. You gotta protect yourself, because if not, then we gonna get in there. We're gonna get in there. Now I don't want you walking around all day long like this or like this. You know, you ain't walking around there with the dukes up all day. You ain't got to walk up with your guard up all day long. Don't do that. You'll know. Listen, God gave us all a gift called discernment. You know what I mean? And sometimes you have to pray to have that power of that gift of discernment, kind of enhanced a little bit. You know what I mean? You know, and listen, I know for a fact, that God will let you know when it ain't the right one. He will let you know, because you know that thing you feel, girl, my gut. Okay, something. Listen, this one I like. Something told me. Something told me, not to. You should have listened. You should have listened. The Bible tells us too, and as I quote the Bible a little bit because that's my book. It says warning comes before destruction. Warning comes before destruction. Okay, something told me I shouldn't have. That's right. I can tell you for a fact, almost every time that I found myself in trouble, I got a warning before I got there. I was warned before I got there. I mean, clear warning before I got there. I don't care. I mean, so many times, they said my gut told me. I had a clear warning before I got there, before I did it. Clear warning. I pull them from the place. Don't go in there. Don't go in there. I went anyway. 10 minutes later, trouble. Warning comes before destruction. When you got that thing in you, that spirit that's twicking in you and that's quickening within you, says, "Now he ain't the one. Don't fall for it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it." See, biblically speaking, God has a perfect will for each of us, but He also gave us free will. He also gave us free will. So I mean, he'll warn us. He'll tell us that ain't the one that I am. But if we chose it, hey, hey, free will. He'll let us know though. Again, the warning comes before destruction. He'll let us know. We just have to listen. We have to listen to our thing. We have to listen to our inner selves because our inner selves know us better than we do. We do. You know, we do. We got to stop. We got to stop thinking with our, thinking with our heart and our emotions and all this kind of stuff. You know what I mean? Because your heart is deceitful, very deceitful, very deceitful. You know what I mean? You think the heart to tell you in love with this man, and you stop believing in yourself. You're in love with this man, and before you know it, you're doing all the things that a person in love does, and it's not reciprocated. It's not, and something now you dealing with all this hurt. Now you're dealing with all this hurt again. Now you're back into the same cycle all over again. Be careful. Guard yourself. Guard your heart. Guard your heart. See, you have to be careful. You have to guard your heart, from all this deceit. Okay, you got to guard your heart from all this deceit because it ain't about just you now. Especially if you're a single mom. If you're a single mom, it ain't about just you. It ain't about you. You have to guard not only your heart, but you have to guard the heart of these other ones too. Your children, you got to guard. Yeah, you got to guard their hearts too, because of the fact if you don't, and what happens if they get attached to this guy, and they and things go away, and you ain't the only one gonna be hurt. They're gonna be hurt too because they formed this bond, especially if they've been looking for daddy. They needed a daddy in their lives and all this. So they formed this bond that you've allowed to happen. And so now that he's gone, and now he's turned out to be something more than something less than what what you all thought he was. Now everybody's hurt. Not a whole house hurt because you failed to guard. You failed to do your litmus test because you failed to guard your heart. You failed to do to seek to maybe to seek God on it. You failed to ask the right questions. You failed to see beyond the natural. You failed to see beyond the car, or the job, or the smile, or the cup of coffee he bought you. You failed to look beyond all that. And everybody's hurt. Everybody's hurt. Here's the thing though. If again, the Bible tells you that how's the scripture go? I'm sorry that I lost the scripture, but But it's about the husband. It's about oh, a man that finding a wife, finding a good thing. I'm sorry, and gains favor with the Lord. But if you find a wife, again, find it a wife. Not wife go find a husband. That ain't what it says. It says a man that findeth a wife. What you should be doing right now, daughter, is really learning how to be what you're seeking to be. Maybe you ain't seeking to be a wife, but see, you know what? Ain't nothing wrong with qualifying. Ain't nothing wrong with possessing those Proverbs 31 qualities. Okay, okay. Watch this. I'm gonna read you something real quick. Okay, and this is from you can look it up yourself. This is from from the Message Bible. Okay, 2 Timothy 3:6 and 9. Okay, check this out. These are the kind of people who smooth talk themselves into the homes of unstable and needy women. Some other version called it silly women. Okay. But these are the kind of people who smooth talk themselves into the homes of unstable and needy women and take advantage of them. And take advantage of women who, depressed by their sinfulness, take up every new religion fad that calls itself truth. They had exploited every time and never really learned. These men are like those of old Egyptian frauds, Johns and Jabros, who challenged Moses. They were rejects from the faith, twisting in their thinking, defying themselves in truth itself. But nothing will come of these latest impostors. Everyone will see through them, just as people saw through the Egyptian hoax. Again, watch this. Watch this now. These are the kind of people who smooth talk themselves into the home of unstable and needy women. Okay? Deceivers. Deceivers, man. Hey, here's the thing. Here's the takeaway. You don't want to be a silly woman. You don't want to be a silly woman. You don't want to. You don't want to be. You don't want to be one of those women that are deceived just by something this man says. Really? We can't prove. Can't prove. You know what? Recently, I'm saying recently, a few months ago, we heard this guy. Lots of people heard him too. We were at a function, and we heard this guy bragging up, boasting about all the stuff he had, and he was, he was, this is a brother too, you know what I mean? And I was, initially, I was kind of impressed with it, and then I heard him speak. He was on the microphone, man. He went on and on about all the things he had and how he was, what was he, a NASCAR owner? He was one of the only black, he was one of the black, NASCAR, and he went on and on about all the things, the commercials he was doing, and then all these promotions and worth all these millions of dollars. Brother was a fraud. I mean, he looked the part, ain't had nothing. Straight fraud. Deceiving people. I mean, he listen, I'm telling you, he talked a good game. He talked, I mean, if you didn't know, you wouldn't have known. But the brother is a fraud. Impressing everybody, walking around looking like he had $1 million. He all on the red carpet. We was at a pretty nice event. Actually, MzBee's event, to be honest with you. And this brother was there. He was on a red carpet. He was being interviewed by all the media and da 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 da. Rubbing shoulders with the right people and all that, and didn't have a fraud. There's a lot of brothers out there like that, y'all. A lot of them. There's a lot of them. Okay, here's the thing. You have to guard yourself. And how do you do that? You know what? For me, it starts with prayer. When I don't know how to do something for myself, I go to the person who can help me with it. And the only person I know that can help me with it is God. I pray for wisdom. I pray for the knowledge. I pray for guidings. I pray for the things that I can't do myself. You know what? Because I know he's going to do that for me. I know he's going to give me that wisdom. I know he's going to give me the things that I need because he loves me. He does. And so he's going to give me the things that I need to do and accomplish and go where I need to go. He's going to do those things for me. And so that's what you need to do. I'm so listen. And if you don't want to pray, you can get with somebody that can pray for you or with you. But you got to cover yourself. You got to get covered. You got to cover yourself because of the fact if you don't protect your heart, If you don't protect your heart, then you leave it open. You leave it exposed to every how my mama used to say, every Tom, Dick, and Harry out there. You know, all these little boys out here that's running around, and I'm calling them little boys, and and ready to get offended. I don't care. Y'all can come see me. I'm built. I'm known it for it. So you can come see me. Here's the thing. All these little boys out there running around, proclaiming to be men. Come on, really, really, really. So you got to guard your heart from them. You got to guard your heart from these nothing brothers out here. That's just a few of them, and they ain't all of them ain't black. Some of them white, Hispanic, but they're nothing. So guard your heart from them. Because if you don't guard your heart from them, and again, if you're a single mom, I'm really, really speaking to you. Because if you if you allow them to get in your space, then that space is going to overflow to your children. That's a no-no. Especially if you got if this guy ain't ready. If he ain't ready, if this ain't the guy. If all you're interested in is maybe satisfying your physical need, don't bring this dude home. Make him take you someplace. If that's all you want, I mean, let's keep it real. If that's all you're looking for, satisfy your physical need. If you that Helen Baylor, I am woman kind of, you down, hear me roar. Hey, do your thing, do your thing. Because there's plenty of you women out there that how that thing go back and somebody, I can bring bring home the bacon and fry it up in the pan and all that. I'm a natural woman kind of thing. Okay, if that's you, great. Great. If you're that Helen Bell, again, I am woman, hear me roll. If that's you and that's all you want to do is that roll in the hay, hey, make him take so don't bring him home. Why? Why are you gonna bring him to your house? Why you want to expose yourself? Because see, when you bring me to your house, back in the day, I ain't done. So back in the day, if you bring a brother like that, like me to your house, I'm sizing you up. I'm looking around, I'm sizing you up. I ain't finna come back and burglarize you. I'm sizing you up. I'm sorry. That's because there's things in your house that are that's telling of you. There's things in your home that speaks to you about your personality. There's things in your home that I can look at it and listen. Read you like a book. Read you like yesterday's newspaper. This is what we do. This is what we do. We can do this. We can do this. And brothers that practices on a regular basis. I'm talking about the brother that's so getting the club so smooth. You see him moving around the club, don't even look like he's walking. He's like he's floating through the crowd. That brother. You know what I'm talking about. Him. This is what we do. This is what we do. And you can't wait for him to come over or smile at you or send a drink to your table. You can't wait for him to send a drink to your table. Listen, you got to guard your heart, sweetie. You got to do it. You got to do it. You got to do it. You got to be careful. You got to be careful because you know what? We're good at it. We're good at what we do. We're good at what we do. And I'm just saying, set some standards. As we wrap this thing up, set some standards. Set standards. Set standards. Listen, I'm not this. If you ain't this, I ain't saying, go out here and set some standards that can't nobody reach. You know what I mean? I ain't saying do that. You're going to find yourself alone for a long time. And that may be okay with you. But I'm just saying, set some realistic standards. What kind of man, what kind of man are you really looking for? What's your fantasy man? You do that. What's my fantasy man? And then what's the man that I, what makes you happy? What can this brother do? What can this man do to make you happy? I ain't talking about for a moment. What does he need to do to keep a smile on your face? To constantly make it. What does he need to do? Does he need to come home from work every night? Does he need to help with household chores? Does he need to cook dinner every now and again? Does he need to run you warm bath water? Does he need to polish your toes? Or does he need to scratch the scalp with a comb? What does he need to do to make you happy? What qualifies him? What qualifies him? Figure that one out. And you may find him. Or he may find you. Okay? Raise it up, y'all. Let's level up. MzBee say level up. Raise the level of expectations. Stop settling. Stop settling. You deserve better. You deserve a lot more. Stop settling, for these little boys. I don't care how much weed he sell. Well, it's legal now in Illinois, but I don't care how many drugs he sell. Cause that little money right there, I'm here to tell you. I told you I'm gonna be transparent. That ain't gonna last either. Trust me. I don't care how much you make. It ain't gonna last. Cause after you finish paying lawyers and courts and bonds and all that, guess what? Okay, level up. Okay, level up. Stop settling. Stop settling from somebody who will cuss you out in the middle of the street, or who will embarrass you in front of his boys. His boys. Every time you see him, every time you come to your house, he got his boys with him. Lock the door. Listen, when you see him coming, put the padlock on the door. He can't go nowhere without his boy. Really? Really? You want a man, not them little boys. Not them little boys. Okay? Level up. Level up. You deserve better. You deserve better. Okay? You're queen. Find a king. You're a queen. See, listen. In order for you to get what you want, you have to see yourself in there. You have to see yourself as a queen. You have to see yourself deserving of somebody like that. You have to see yourself deserving of that. Level up. Level up. And never, ever settle. Never settle. Don't settle. You don't have to. You don't have to, because believe it or not, he's out there. He's there. You don't need to settle. Don't settle, because all settling does is push you back in that situation. Not only that, but I can't stress this enough. If you're a single mom, it not only puts you in that situation, but it brings your children in there as well. Don't settle. Level up. Level up. You deserve it. You deserve it. You deserve it. Listen, I hope that these conversations that we're having are helpful. I do. I really hope they're helpful. And please share them. Please share them. There's some things that, as I said, next week, we're going to talk about some things, because I believe, again, to know the enemy, you have to. I mean, to defeat your enemy, you have to know your enemy, or even go into warfare with your enemy, not necessarily to defeat him, but and I'm not calling the opposite, the man or the woman an enemy. I'm just saying you need to know. You need to know what you're dealing with. So we're going to talk about some of the characteristics of a man. As I said, and I touched on earlier. Most men, I forget how old they are. They mature at a certain level, and they don't go no further. They don't go no further. I don't care how old they get. They mature at a certain level. Some, and they're different levels now. But you know what? Is when they stop receiving that maternal thing, is when they stop receiving, and that sometimes that could be anywhere from the ages 12 to 16. Yeah, I know he's 35, but his maturity level is. Yeah, I know he go to work every day to pay the bills, but his maturity level emotionally is right here. We're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about that. See, because you wonder. I know y'all been wondering why he. You're gonna find out why he next week. Okay, we're gonna talk a little bit about why he do what he do next week. So I want to prepare you. I want you to be prepared to deal with him. I want you to be prepared when you see this guy coming, or if he's already in your life. I want you to be prepared, because I don't want you to get caught off guard again. I don't want you to get caught off guard, to be hurt. I don't want you experiencing hurt. I don't want you to experience. Listen, I'm only saying to you what I would say to my MzBee or anybody else. I don't want you hurt. I want you prepared. I want you ready. I want you prepared. I want you prepared. So when this thing comes your way, it don't shock you. When this thing comes your way, it don't rock your world. When anything comes your way, it doesn't throw you off your mark, because you're prepared. You're prepared. All right. Listen, as always, I love you with the love of Christ. I really, really do. I really do. And again, next week we're gonna be talking about some stuff. Y'all listen, y'all like and share. Don't forget to check out MzBee all during the week. I don't know if y'all watched her last night. I watched her. She did that foodie with the foodie Friday thing she do. I watched her do that roast last night. I'm gonna tell you, I got hungry. I got hungry. I got hungry. So that was good stuff. That was good stuff. I learned some stuff too. See, Pop Brown knew how to get. I know how to get in the kitchen and do my thing, but she taught me some things last night. See, she leveled up on me last night. She did. So she taught me some stuff. So I'm about to try that. I'm about to try it. Oh, they ready for it. They ready for it, Donnie. My son said, "You sure they ready for the inner sight?" Oh, they ready. They ready. They ready. They ready. So that's one of my sons. Dunzo's one of my sons. He's asking y'all. He asking if y'all ready for the insight on these men. They ready. I think they're ready. I think they're ready. Yeah, I'm not. We're gonna listen. They might as well get ready. Cause brother ain't going nowhere. He gonna be right there doing what he does. So you might as well get ready. You might as well get ready for him. Know him. You got to be ready for him. So that way he don't knock you off your square. That way he don't rock your world. He may think he's about to rock your world when he dropped a little bomb on you, but he ain't. He ain't gonna rock your world because you're gonna be ready for him. You're gonna be ready for him. Why? Because it's my job to get you there. It's our job to get us there together. We're gonna do this together. We're gonna do this together. Okay. And this is again, it's no more than I would share with my daughters, my granddaughters, my daughter-in-laws. This no more than that. No more than that. Now you saw that too. Yeah, wasn't that good? MzBee did a thing last night, y'all. Well, listen, love y'all. Love y'all, love y'all, love y'all, love y'all. Okay. Listen, thank y'all for joining tonight. Thank y'all for coming into the room tonight. Don't forget to like and share. And again, next week. Oh, before I forget, I spoke with Brother Reggie. Brother Reggie, and y'all send a prayer for Brother Reggie. Brother Reggie had a little procedure done. We're gonna pray for a speedy recovery for him. He had a little surgery, but he good, bro, good. We're gonna pray for a speedy recovery for him as well. And he will be back with part two. He will be back with part two. So y'all just stand by for Brother Reg. He coming back. I can't wait myself. I want to hear what this brother got to say. Listen, Reg is funny. That Reg is too funny, y'all. I wish I could share a video that his wife posted, with that brother in the grocery store, but I ain't gonna do it. 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 But Reg, you funny, man. You're a funny man, Reg. Anyway, y'all, I love you, and we'll be back next week. And between now and then, listen, again, love yourself because I love you. You know what I mean? Just be careful. Just be careful. Just be careful. All right. Check out MzBee during the week, y'all, and I'll see you on next week. All right. Peace.